Hi everyone, let me scoot this over. Hi, my name is Emily, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing, and if you're not new to my channel, thank you for all the continued support. So for this week's episode of Faith Friday episode 7, I'm going to talk about prayer journals. And I'm not going to open mine because mine is really personal to me. I kind of use it as a normal journal and a prayer journal at the same time, and I'll get into that. But it's just a journal that my best friend Cassidy got me, and it says faith, hope, and love. And I love it because my service dog in training's name is Hope, and I try to live by these words every day. And I don't know why it's so washed out for me. Hold on. Is that better? That's better. So basically, you can really use any journal as a prayer journal. I started writing in this in December 26, 2018, and I've written in it every day since. And it's kind of a way for me to pray. I don't really want to say that I don't pray, but I'm not one to sit down for like 15 minutes every day and pray. I do have people that I keep in my thoughts and my prayers, like my grandmother, like my friends, like my family, like my dogs, like anyone you hear on the news that has passed away, like I'll say their name and whatever, but like I'd rather write it down so one, I can remember, because I have a really bad like short-term memory, like I can't remember anything. Two, I've always been kind of like a notebook person. I have a disability called cerebral palsy and anxiety. Hold on, excuse me, I need to sneeze. And anxiety, and for most of my life, I'm 22, I've been having to make like progress reports, whether it's like goals I've reached in physical therapy, or like how I'm feeling that day, or like just things like that. So I've always been a journal person. So when she gave me this for Christmas, I was like, oh my god, thank you so much, like this is perfect. I have really bad seasonal allergies, I'm sorry. Anyway, so basically I have been writing in it every day, and the first thing I'll say is, dear Lord, thank you for giving me another day and, watching me over the night. And I got that, my grandmother used to say that all the time, and I got that because every day is a gift. And the deacon at my church, because I go to a Catholic church, so the deacon normally gives the homily, which is like after they read the gospel, it's like the message, it's like the, not dumbing it down so that we can understand, but it's putting it into a way that we can understand it, like basically like retranslating it. And I went up to him one day after the mass, and he came up and he gave me a blessing, because I don't know, I guess a girl in a wheelchair needs blessings, I guess, which I'll take them any day, but he did, and we were talking, and he was like, anytime that you feel upset or angry or sad or happy or anything, I want you to pray. And he didn't say write it down, but he said, I want you to pray. And this past winter, January, was really rough for me, and I remember writing in the journal, like I wrote pages and pages and pages a day. I'm actually gonna need a new one soon, but like I can use any journal for that. I'll go to Barnes and Noble and get a pink one or something. But I remember writing pages, and I remember when I was going through my rough time, I wrote like the time that it was, so that if something happened, like the next day or the next hour, I could be like, well, this is what happened at 2:30 on, February 4th or something like that. You know what I mean? And I look back at it now and I'm like, wow. Like, so it's May. So January, February, March, April, May. 5 months ago. 5 months ago. A lot can change in 5 months. And I look back at it now and I'm like, wow, thank you, God, for getting me through that rough time. I didn't think that it was possible for me to get through that rough time. And my friends have a lot of issues that they bear too, which I'll call crosses, because everybody has a cross to bear. So they have a lot of their crosses that they have to bear too. And I often feel helpless because I can't do anything to take their crosses away. Like, I try my hardest. Like, I'm a good friend, I think. I text them, I check in on them, I pray for them, I go over their house when they want me to. Like, I invite them over here. I'll, get them a silly card or something and just mail it in the mail. And you know what I mean? I'm basically the carbon copy of my grandmother, because if you knew my grandmother before she was sick with dementia, she would send cards to people, she'd pray with people, she'd go and visit them, and she was a nurse actually for like 30 years of her life. And so she has that huge heart, and people often tell me that I have a huge heart. I don't think I'm half the woman that my grandmother is, but you never know. You can strive to be, right? Anyway, so like, I often feel helpless even with her. Like, I wish there was something that I can do to make her more comfortable with the dementia and other things, right? But I can't. So I write it down. I say, hey, can you help her have a peaceful day? Or, hey, can you help my friend Sally Sue with this doctor's appointment, or with this treatment, or with, something else? Like, I mean, what else can you do besides pray, right? And people often tell me when I say that I pray for them, they're like, wow, I can feel that you actually mean it. Because you can say that you pray for someone, but until you actually do, and I believe fully in the power of prayer, because I was born 16 weeks early, and I had a lot of prayers from a lot of people, and I don't think that I would be doing as well and doing so many things if it wasn't for all of those people. Because the doctor said one thing, but God said another. That's a miracle right there, in my opinion. So I think there's little miracles every day, like the birds chirping now that it's springtime, and the sun rising, and whatever. So we can, don't get me wrong, there's things that I'm very angry about in the world, like illness and accessibility, and why things cost so much money that I need, like a power wheelchair van and a power wheelchair and a service dog training and a personal care attendant, and accessibility issues, getting into places. Like, those are just some of the things that I get angry about. But we can be angry, but if we write it down, or if we talk about it with God, it may take a little bit. Because I started writing about the PCA in January, and I didn't get approved until April. So 4 months, you know what I mean? But it'll happen. And if you look at some of the scriptures, it says that you're not alone, ever. And you may feel alone, but you're not alone. And so I just wanted to tell you that I write in my journal every single day. Well, not every single day, but I wrote in it last. I'm pre-filming this, so I wrote in it last on 4/3, and today is 4/5, and after this weekend, I'll write like a page or two. The page I have sticking out is actually YouTube video ideas, because I want God to use my platform for something good, because there's so much that's bad on social media, and there's so much comparing. Oh, this one looks prettier than that one, and that one has abs and I don't, and you know what I mean. And as much as I get caught up in that, sometimes I feel I don't want to. So I want to make sure that God knows what I want to do with YouTube, and I want to make sure that I'm using my platform for good and not to make somebody feel down about themselves, because I know that people have purposefully and not purposefully, like not knowingly, have done that to me. And you know, it's nobody's fault, but I think it's just the way the culture is nowadays. And me being a 22-year-old, I don't want to add to that. I want to be good and I want to be positive, even though you can't always be positive, because there are things that are going to be annoying and whatever, but you can strive, like my sweatshirts. Hold on. You can You can strive, like my sweatshirt says, from the Fry Life, and Peter Fry is a pastor. You can strive to choose joy, and I think God and Jesus want us to choose joy. So that's what I do every day. So I try to every day anyway. So God bless all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're encouraged. But if it makes no sense to you, then I don't know. I'm all over the place. I talk with my hands. I get off on tangents. So just thank you so much for watching. Please leave any comments, questions, concerns, topics, video ideas, anything in the comments. I just ask you to be respectful, and I will do the same thing back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.